Hello, this is Bern, and if you're interested in having a guy that you're connecting with be more open with you in his communication, you want to watch my episode today. Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to your greatlifetv.com. Today is another edition of Ask Bern, where any of you amazing, smart, insightful women get to ask me a question by submitting a comment on any of my videos, and I create a video reply to give you some insights. Today's question really gets at the heart of how do you get your guy to be more expressive, more open, tell you more of what he's feeling instead of just what he's thinking, right? So the specific question comes from Lyric G, who says, "Hi Bern, I consistently ask my guy to be more open and expressive with me, to which he always agrees, yet he never does. What else can I do to help him put his guard down? Thank you." So here's the thing, Lyric G. If you want to get your guy to communicate better with you, I'm going to give you a 5-step framework that's going to help you or anyone else listening to me right now, whether you're at the beginning of a relationship, whether you're in a committed relationship already, to get your guy to be more expressive and go beyond just groaning or giving you one-word answers, which is not fun for any of you, right? The first thing I want you to understand is that he's not your girlfriend, okay? And the reason why I say this in a playful way is because most women have somewhere in their psyche this illusion that their guy is going to be as expressive as Shakespeare or as one of his girlfriends in terms of emotions. And that is just not the case. So just get out of your mind. Some guys have the capacity to do it, but most men don't. And it's okay. We're designed differently and we communicate differently. If you understand fundamentally that we communicate differently and that he's not going to be as expressive as your girlfriend, then the question becomes, how can I open his heart so that he at least gives me a bigger sense of what he's feeling, right? And I get a chance to feel less anxious and more in the know of really where the relationship is going. That's really what the basis of this answer is. So I'm going to say step number 2 beyond the understanding he's not your girlfriend is increase playfulness and passion first. Here's why. Because you're going to ask for something. When you ask for something and you give something first, it's a lot easier for you to get what you want. And increasing playfulness and passion starts creating something in a guy. Starts creating this idea, this identity that being with you and communicating with you is fun and safe and playful. Okay? When you start creating this playfulness and passion, aliveness type of atmosphere with your guy, where things are fun, things are light, things are creative, then his guard starts going down, which is the first step that needs to take place for him to open his heart for you. His guard has to be down. And the best way to do it is by increasing playfulness with him. The next one will be ask for what you want and ask better questions. It seems to me like if you're already asking your guy that I want you to be more expressive, you might be going about it the wrong way. Here's why. Because number 1, when you communicate to a man, be very direct in what you want, but also ask in a way that he's going to be compelled to answer the question. So ask better questions. Sometimes when you ask a question that's too daunting for a man, like, where's this relationship going? That's humongous. It's like saying, well, what is the meaning of life, right? But if you ask specific questions first, not that you should never ask where the relationship is going, but if you ask specific questions first that give you more certainty and give you more of a clue around where he is, that's going to make it easier to ask those bigger questions later on. So for example, ask, what do you feel is most fun between us? That's a very specific question. When do you enjoy connecting with me most? That's a specific question. What is the most, X that you've ever felt with me? That's a specific question. So basically what you're doing is you're creating situations where it's a simple question that he can answer, and he can say, okay, answer this question, boom, I win. It's not too difficult. And not only that, she lights up. So it's a double thing in his mind. Something's happening. He's basically understanding that A, you're being playful, B, you're asking specific questions, C, he can win, he can answer those questions, and D, you actually light up. So it's a win-win situation for all of you, right? The next one, point number 4, is give him an emotional reason that hits him in the chest. Here's what I mean. A lot of women, when they don't get what they want, their guy's not being expressive, they play games. You act like you're pissed, you basically don't give him sex, or you basically punish him in some way where he doesn't really understand the direct relationship between the action you're taking and the fact that he's not communicating with you, right? So when he's not communicating or he's failing to do something beyond just being playful, if you feel hurt, if you feel anxious, if you feel upset, be willing to go into your vulnerability and say, you know what, whenever I express this to you and I don't get an answer, this is how I feel, and go into it, feel it. Let him hit him in the chest where he feels that his actions have a direct impact in you. So where he feels a bigger need to get out of himself, if he's not an a-hole, right? If he's a guy who's really interested in giving, he's gonna feel more compelled, more inner driven to do something about it. Why? Even if it's difficult, because he doesn't want to make you feel hurt. He doesn't want to make you feel upset. But if you're just pissed when you really are hurt, he's not gonna get it, right? The last one is catch him doing it right and reinforce it. Here's what I mean. When a guy starts communicating with you, you're gonna start creating a new neural association in his psyche, right? Which means communicating with you, being more open, expressing my aliveness, expressing my heart, expressing what I really feel is fun and it's easy. Whenever he does it even 1/10 of the way you want him to do it, reinforce it. Say, man, I love this. If he is doing it more consistently, and you reinforce this, or even if he's not doing consistently, but you reinforce the fact that he's doing something half right, he's going to want to go inside himself and do it again and do it better, because he knows he gets a reward, right? If you're training a dog, right, you throw something at him and he comes back, well, you give him a little bone, right? You give him something. Same thing with a guy. We're not that different, believe it or not. If he's doing something right and you reinforce his behavior, he's going to be much more compelled to go for that than if you're just nagging at him for not doing it right, or if you're not being expressive or vulnerable about how you're feeling. Hope this makes sense. And if you find this is insightful, helpful, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Right now, click like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and most important of all, if you do nothing else, there's going to be on the description of this video or on the little button, there's going to be a little button that appears right now on your video. If you click it, it's going to take you to a place where you can enroll on my free live webinar that's going to give you a blueprint on how to find your soulmate in 9 days or less. Super powerful stuff, and it's free. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for me, post a comment on this video or any of my other videos, and I'll reply personally, or better yet, create a video for you. Thank you so much. Mwah.